Hello, I'm Saturn. Welcome to The Sharpest Teeth, where I do my little tarot readings. Today, we're going to do a year ahead for the collective. 2026 is, let's just, okay. Okay. Y'all know the drill if you've been around. If you're new here, welcome. We have the Six of Swords, as well as the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. The Six of Swords is about getting out of abusive, traumatic, just in general, not so savory situations. So this might be a year of realizing that it's time to move on. And this could be even like your own behaviors. This could be how you are thinking, how you're feeling, how you are relating to the world, especially with the Two of Wands here, where there is a certain amount of reflection happening. I'll show you the cards so that you can see. The imagery here is important, okay? He's holding the world in his hands. I got the whole wide world in my hand. And the Six of Swords, they're receiving help. So it would be a good idea to get some perspective on whatever situations you're looking at. You might not be able to see it clearly. You might need someone to help you to see it clearly. And we also have the Three of Wands. So yeah, you're kind of like, you're looking at the decisions that you've made, what has led you up to this point, and then now you're kind of like waiting for your ships to come in. You maybe are looking at starting a new business or taking on new responsibilities. You're doing something new, right? This is a year for taking risks and for trying new things. This could be a difficult time because definitely like we're leaving turbulent waters. Some of you might be choosing, if you are in a home situation or in a country where things are not so great right now, you may be looking at leaving the country or your home. You may be on the move, going somewhere, and you might be called to take some action toward following your intuition, following your dreams, making big moves in business or in your home life. I'm seeing big moves here. And then it's interesting too, because I also think that I'm hearing like the chickens coming home to roost, or whatever that saying is. Like you're kind of getting the culmination of whatever you have been doing. Like those things are either paying off or coming back to bite you. And we have the Hermit reversed. So yeah, it could be even that you were given some quality advice, some counsel that you are not maybe not listening to. There may be someone who has been through your situation before that you're kind of like, thanks but no thanks. And that could be difficult for you. There also could be kind of like an elder in your life who is wanting more attention, who's wanting to reach out, who's wanting you to spend some time with them because they feel that they do have something for you, or maybe they feel that you have something for them. Yeah, this could be. I mean, I definitely am like kind of seeing get your situation in order. Get all your business in order. Make sure that things are where they should be. This could be literal or figurative. It's interesting that I'm definitely seeing money issues, but there's no pentacles here. But the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands they're very business oriented. They're very like, what are you doing? How are you showing up in life? And like, what do you need to get in order, right? And the Hermit is about wisdom and going inward. This also could be that you are like, you're doing a little bit too much internal stuff and you're needing to take some action now. So that could also be why we have the Three of Wands there, where it's like, okay, a culmination of your choices are coming to fruition. Ooh, okay, this one wanted to come out, so I'm gonna pull that one out. We have the Emperor. Definitely time to take some ownership of your decisions and make a choice. It's time to make a choice. This also could be choices being made for you if you don't. We have the Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. The Four came out reversed, so yeah, you could be kind of like biding your time, not feeling like you want to take super big risks in your finances. You're putting a lot of work towards stuff and you're kind of waiting for those seeds to grow, and you're kind of like, there's not really a whole much to do. There's not a whole lot to do for you right now. And that could be frustrating. And I would also look at like, what are your emotional motivations for saving your money? Because if you're doing it out of fear or out of scarcity or out of lack, like, it's not going to come to fruition the way that you want. And I would definitely get into feeling some gratitude for the work that you have put in. Definitely seeing gratitude here. The Emperor, I'm also kind of getting like, this is interesting, working with authority figures, right? But like, in the sense with the Hermit in reverse, it's almost like there's some deity energy here, where I would say that there could possibly be some spirits or even possibly ancestors with the message that came earlier about the elders wanting your attention and wanting your devotion, you know? So I would take a look at that, and then how are you devoting your time? Like, where is your devotion going? The whole theme for this week lately that's been coming up is like time management, but also energy management, and like, where are you putting your attention, right? So I would take a look at that. Where are you putting your attention? I would even like take note of it, like write it down. You know me. If you have been here, you know me. I love to write stuff down. We got the Queen of Swords. She loves to write stuff down. If you are manifesting something in your life, if you are trying to cut ties with something in your life, maybe it's that scarcity mindset, maybe it's that fear, take decisive action. Write it down to get clarity. You know, one of the prompts that I give my clients is, what do you want, need, and feel in your head, heart, and gut? And that would be writing it each out 3 times, right? So like, what do I want in my heart? What do I want in my head? What do I want in my gut? What do I feel in my heart? What do I feel in my head? What do I feel in my gut? What do I need in my heart? What do I need in my head? What do I need in my gut? Like, what are those parts of me saying? What are the messages that I'm getting, and how can I reconcile that? So yeah, I don't know. I would suggest writing it out And even if you wanted to get your priorities in order, kind of balance out your life and where you're putting your attention, I would suggest dividing your life into work, play, and rest, and just like writing out like either what are your goals in those areas, but also like what are you doing for yourself in those areas? How is it equally or unequally divided, you know? Oh my god, do I have like, that's so weird. I'm tripping out from the whatever shadows are going on with my glasses. Distractions come up, okay? We may be distracted by how we are perceived. We may be distracted by our desires. And we may be convincing ourselves that we don't actually want what we want. There could be like logic coming into play a little bit more than is necessary. It could be getting in the way of your intuition. Thinking yourself into a corner, maybe. Okay. With that Eight of Swords, definitely possible. Okay, you could think that you are trapped and you're not, especially with the Six of Swords. Like, you definitely have a way out here. You have the help that you need is available to you. The spirits and the actual physical people in your life are around and they are willing to help you. And I'm also kind of getting the message that like some of you are scared to ask for help because you have been burned in the past by people who you trusted. And so it is kind of getting hard for you to take that risk and ask for help. But again, like, write it out. Who do you trust? Who has shown up in their integrity in your life? Who can you reach out to? Or is there a spiritual practitioner or someone who is in that realm who can be objective, who isn't like embedded in your life and doesn't have their own agenda, who might be willing to help you? You need some perspective and you need some help. And right now, more than ever, we are meant to be leaning on community. The Three of Cups was in here, but I shuffled it back into the deck. But I did see it, okay? And that's a sign. And yeah, we're all burnt out. And this is why we need each other. We need to be able to support each other in making decisions. We need to be able to like build stability for ourselves that we can lean on. And one of my clients put it in a funny way, which was like, okay, like, do more work so that I can do less work, which is totally true. Like, isn't that the truth? Delegation takes more work at the beginning, and then you are rewarded with more ease and more help along the way. So you don't have to do this on your own. You don't have to make decisions on your own. You don't have to escape these situations on your own. There is help out there, whether in the material or in the spiritual realms. And there are people who are willing and able to help you. And in order to escape this like capitalistic colonial mindset, we kind of have to get into that community oriented and space, right? And get out of the individualistic, like, self-made, pull yourself up from the bootstraps mentality, right? We need to be able to ask for help and help others. For some of us, it's so much easier to help others than it is to ask for help. But it can also lead to, if we do that too much, it can lead to a victim mentality, right? And it can lead to resentment, and it can lead to feeling like there's no way out because you don't have the help that you need, because you're not letting anyone know that you need that help, right? And that's what leads to this burnout, this, it's so funny, I heard complete annihilation. So, yeah, it's very clear to me that we need each other, though some of y'all who are familiar with the cards might be like, what are you talking about? That's what's coming up for me in these readings, okay? Especially with the Queen of Swords, like, I for sure would look at who is it that you are giving to, that you're putting your attention toward, and it doesn't serve you, right? Take a look at what serves you and what does not serve you, okay? But because the Queen of Swords, like, she's not going to be putting her attention or value toward people who are not in reciprocation with her, okay? And this is also learning how to communicate better and more subtly too. With the Eight of Swords here, I am seeing like we may need to find more subtle ways of communicating, but also a lot of us are going to need to practice using our voice more. So being clear on what your message is and being clear on who to share it with, right? There's the discernment there as well. And the troubled waters. There's definitely like, we've gone over the troubled waters and we've reached the other side, but we think that, like, we're still bound by the mindset that we're in around being on the troubled waters, the turbulent waters. It's like our nervous system hasn't really caught up to the fact that we are actually safe yet. So find ways to regulate, find ways to remind yourself that you are safe right now. Grounding. And that way, when you are in new situations, you know how to show up with integrity and clear-headed. Because what isn't helpful is running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Wow, chickens are coming in today. Chickens are coming in, okay? Yeah, so we are going to need a lot of help, a lot of grounding, a lot of resourcing, a lot of, if you're a spiritual practitioner, I would definitely say, like, let people know that you are available for your services. We have temperance here. We have the balance between spirit and the material realm, okay? And we have the sacred ambiguity. We have the sacred androgen. We have the sacred dual, okay? The duality here existing in one. And yeah, so we're definitely gonna need some spiritual and some practical, and they are one and the same, truly, but they are different in their manifestations. So, yeah. Find yourself someone who can help. And if you're that person who can help, let yourself be known. Okay? Let yourself be known. Don't let fear run the show here. Don't let fear run the show here, because it's not that you are in lack. It is that things are still coming to light. Things are still coming to fruition. And you are in a transitionary space. We're in a transitionary space as a whole. Okay, and we have one more card fell while I was shuffling. It's the Chariot in reverse. This is breakdowns. This is breakdowns in communication. This is delays in travel. This is kind of going in the wrong direction. Okay. So that is why we need clarity on where we're going and what we want, because we don't want to be like running around in all the different directions, you know? And it could be that so many of us are like, the Sphinx is here, and we're like, hey, this is not the direction that we're supposed to be going. But we might feel a little bit out of control. So whatever you can do in your life to stabilize yourself, to feel like you have some amount of control, that you know what you have control over, that you're clear on what you don't have control over, and like letting it go over to whatever, like let go and let God type ish, that's going to help. And especially like having something written down that you can refer back to and be like, okay, this is like, these are the intuitive hits that I was getting. This is what my ancestor told me, living or past. This is like what the authority figures want me to do, and this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do that, and like this is how I'm going to be communicating and creating change in my little corner of the world. Okay. Yeah. Because it's going to feel super disorienting for a while. And so anything that you have that can help you feel grounded and like centered, and some point of reference that you can have is going to be helpful. Okay. I want to do one more card because I want to see how else we can get that. How can we get that Chariot upright so that we know that we're heading in the right direction? Okay, this is the one. 4 of Wands. Yep. Can I get that? There we go. Joy as an act of resistance. Coming together. This is building unions, building new lives for yourself. This is bringing two houses together. It's literally a wedding celebration. It is the 1111 card, so it also has to do with miracles, coincidences, synchronicity, things lining up, and definitely speaking to like shared resources, right? So mutual aid, putting your money where your mouth is, showing up in community, and showing up in joy, okay? Showing up in joy and showing up in grief as well, because we need both, because we have difference here, okay? And like we can't deny our spectrum of emotion. Okay? We're human, and we're here, and we're meant to experience. Okay? And there is also like a message here of frivolity a little bit. There is a message of like having fun while you are in it. Okay? It's new, it's scary, it's exciting, it's terrifying, and we're gonna get through it. It'll be okay, right? We gotta trust the process. We gotta trust the breaking down in order to rebuild, okay? So that's our outlook for 2026. That's my take, at least. I am doing personal readings. You can find me at daddysaturn.com. That is where you can book readings with me. And I also do spiritual life coaching. So if you are interested in working with me, you can book a consultation. And or you can email me, and I'm online. I'm on the line, okay? You can call me anytime you got to call me. Okay. Next up is reading for Cancer. So I'll see you when I see you. I hope you have a lovely day and a happy revolution.